Welcome to today's information session for existing and potential childminders. The purpose of this presentation is to inform and support you as a childminder in developing and maintaining policies and procedures and record-keeping forms for your childminding service. Sample policies and procedures and record-keeping forms can be found on the resources on this slide. Childminding sample record-keeping forms and childminding sample policies and procedures. These resources and many more can be requested from your local city or county childcare committee. So these are the areas we're going to look at in this presentation. What are policies and procedures? The benefits of policies and procedures. How do I develop my policies and procedures? Examples of policies and procedures. Policies and procedures to support best practice. Next, we're going to look at record keeping. The benefits of record keeping, records that support best practice, the contract between childminder and parents, and some useful resources and useful links. So what are policies and procedures? Policies provide information in a clear and consistent manner and will guide your childminding practice. Procedures are the practical side of policies and describe the steps you will take to put them into action. While policies explain the why, procedures explain the how. Planning for and delivering a high-quality childminding service from your home is both challenging and rewarding. Every experienced childminder will tell you that the key is to be well organised. Try to anticipate where the problems and challenges may be and have a system in place to deal with them. Now let's look at some examples of policies and procedures. Safe sleep, confidentiality, health and safety, illness, fire safety, child protection, outdoor play, and outings. This list is not exhaustive and you may need to develop additional policies and procedures to suit your own individual service. The benefits of policies and procedures. Policies and procedures establish a clear understanding between parents and childminders in relation to all aspects of the childminding service. They support communication with parents. They demonstrate that the service you offer is well developed, planned and thought out. They offer a professional service of high quality and they provide peace of mind for parents and childminders. They also avoid misunderstandings or conflicts and they ensure compliance with the regulations if applicable. Your policies and procedures are active documents which reflect what you do and how you do it within your childminding service every day. Ensure you review your policies and procedures regularly and amend them if needed. You may find you require a new policy and procedure if the occasion arises, and ensure to share that with the parents of the children you take care of. So how do I develop my policies and procedures? The slide outlines the content of each policy and procedure, a rationale and purpose. This outlines why you should have this policy and what you want the policy to achieve. For example, a safe sleep policy may seek to ensure that children will be safe in the service while sleeping. Procedures and practices. This gives clear information and describes specific steps and/or guidance to be followed to put the policy into practice. It outlines the way things are done in your childminding service. Communication. Outlines how parents and guardians are informed about the policy. For example, make parents aware of policies through your handbook. And date and sign, so shows when the policy was written and when it will be reviewed. This should be done at least once a year. This is then signed by the childminder and by the parents when they've reviewed the policy. Your local CCC will be able to provide support to you when developing your policies and procedures. Policies and procedures to support best practice. So this slide outlines an example of some of the policies and procedures that you should keep to support best practice. The list again is not exhaustive and for a full list you should refer to the Childminding Sample Policies and Procedures booklet. TUSLA registered childminders should also refer to the Quality Regulatory Framework, the QRF, for childminding and the TUSLA Registration Information for Childminders Guide. You can contact your local CCC for further information on these resources. We will now move on and look at record keeping. So childminders are required to maintain adequate records. An example of these are attendance and children's information records. Childminders can develop their own record keeping system that best suits their own service. All businesses are required to maintain adequate records, and childminding services are no different. Not only are childminders required to maintain accounting records for their business, but it's also recommended that all childminding services maintain certain types of childcare specific records. Ensure all your children's records are kept confidential and stored in a safe and secure place. So what are the benefits of record keeping? Record keeping is an essential part of running a childminding service. For TUSLA registered childminders, this is a requirement, and for childminders exempt from registering with TUSLA, it shows you, as a childminder, are working in a professional manner. Record keeping can be a way of informing parents of best practice and can protect you and the children in your care. Your record keeping system can offer guidance to your everyday practice. The Childminding Sample Record Keeping Forms booklet provides you with the templates of the records you will use in your childminding service. These can be adapted and changed to suit your own childminding service. Some examples of these include Medicine Administration Form, Child's Register Attendance, Child's Information, Daily Routine, Fire and Safety Procedure. So the records that support best practice. So this slide outlines some of the records that you should keep to support best practice. TUSLA registered childminders should also refer to the Quality Regulatory Framework for Childminding and the TUSLA Registration Information for Childminders Guide. The list again is not exhaustive, and a list of the records can also be found in Childminding Sample Record Keeping Forms. Contract between childminder and parent. Completing a contract with parents can help the childminder to cover all aspects of the childcare arrangements. At the centre of these arrangements is the child. It is advisable to keep a record of your fees which is agreed with parents so you can refer to it. When negotiating the childminding arrangements, both parties agree to the terms and conditions. We will now look at these terms and conditions on the next slide. There are a number of key elements to the contract with parents, and these include the following: the hours of childminding provided, the fee, so details of the amount, the frequency and the method of payment, payment for absences such as sickness or holiday, what the childminder provides and what the parents provide, extra charges for food and outings, and the parent-guardian contact details, including an emergency person. Remember, your contract with the parents should be reviewed regularly and signed by both parties. If you go to page 4 on the Childminding Sample Record Keeping Forms booklet, you can view a sample parent contract. Your city and county childcare committees are at hand to support you with developing your policies and procedures and record keeping system by answering any questions, giving support and direction, and/or alleviating any worries or concerns you may have. The following resources outlined on this slide are available from your local CCC. The link contained within this slide will bring you to the list of CCCs nationally. Here are some useful links for further information and support. Each of the organisation's logos are hyperlinked and will bring you directly to their webpage. The National Action Plan for Childminding, the NAPC, 2021 to 2028. The objective of the National Action Plan for Childminding is to improve access to high quality and affordable early learning and care and school-aged childcare through childminding, an incremental and supportive pathway to regulation, enable more childminders to access government subsidies, access support to assist childminders meet regulatory and quality requirements. For more information on the National Action Plan for Childminding, you can visit the dedicated webpage www.gov.ie/childminding. Thank you for listening to our information session today. For further information sessions and for further resources, you can contact your local CCC.